So what advice would you offer a business owner who wants to learn whether it might work to transfer the ownership and the leadership of their business to their employees? And where should they start and who could help?
So I think what a business owner has to realize is that there are more options than just what might be presented to them by individuals who have a vested interest in what they're telling them. So the number one thing I would say to a business owner is just make sure you explore all of the options and take the opinions of others into consideration. But I think too many times employee ownership is not even on the table. Or if it is on the table and you know about it, people you talk to who don't have a lot of knowledge about it tend to poo-poo it and say, no, that's too complicated, or no, I heard a bad story about that. Well, let's not go down that path. And then selling a business is not like selling a house. I think sometimes business owners are fed a story that's how selling a business is too. You put it on the internet, you say my business is for sale. People look at a few things, your financials, and then, you get a check. There's a lot more that goes into it. They are digging through the closets, they are digging through the drawers, and they might even be digging at the bottom of the drawers to find the secrets and everything. So it's not as easy as people think. And then employee ownership, I think when you think about from a business owner standpoint, you have to think about what's important to you, because I believe the successful transfers to the employees are the ones that we talked about at the very beginning, which is a business owner has more than just the financial piece in mind. If the financial piece in mind is really what's driving it, maybe employee ownership isn't always the best answer. But if you have other things that you're thinking about, you want to stick around longer, you want to reward the employees. I think the advice I would have is to really dig into what employee ownership is and how it and have the fortitude to really learn more about it, because it's not just like selling a business. You really do have to learn about what's going to happen in the future. How do I have to set up the business? All of the things that are going to change with employee ownership. As far as resources, I'll give a plug for all of the state centers that we have across the country, including the Minnesota Center. We started the centers for employee ownership for one reason, and that is that employee ownership from the beginning, since 1974, at least when ESOPs were created, employee ownership has been sold by technical assistance providers. And so we created the state centers so that business owners would have a place to go that was a safe place where no one's selling them anything. And if there's not a center in someone's state, the national organization that I run, we're a safe place to have those conversations, to share the resources. And then if they want more information, we connect them with vetted service providers, technical assistants, and kind of send them in the directions that we think they were to go. And one of those resources, probably the most important resource, even if they don't go through a state center, find an employee-owned company that maybe in your region, in your industry, and we can help with that. But if you know someone, and just sit down with the CEO, or hopefully, maybe you get a hold of the selling shareholder. Those one-to-one stories are really what make employee ownership happen.